Thank you for your purchase of XIM MATRIX, our ultimate input adapter designed to enable you to game with the combination of input devices that suit you best. Whether you are a veteran gamer, new to gaming, are highly competitive, or just want to play casually, XIM MATRIX is packed with the features and the flexibility you need to craft a gaming input experience that best matches you. If you are a gamer with disabilities, we look forward to you using XIM MATRIX and its input assistance and adaptability to make gaming accessible and inclusive to you. Please consider joining our community forum to get to know and share ideas with other XIM gamers around the world. Welcome to the XIM community. This quick start video is designed to get you up and running with your XIM MATRIX as quickly as possible. It doesn't cover most of what your XIM MATRIX can do. Our user guide is our complete XIM MATRIX reference that covers every feature in detail. It is highly recommended familiarizing yourself with the user guide, so you can continue to learn about everything XIM MATRIX can do in detail. It's also the best way to troubleshoot any issues that arise. Your XIM MATRIX supports a wide range of devices that you can combine to produce unique input experiences. XIM MATRIX supports gaming on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. Let's take a look at the XIM MATRIX device, its ports, and types of hardware it supports. First, the pairing button. This button is used for wireless pairing of devices and flash upgrades. It is located within the crosshair with a raised surface. Next, USB port 1 and 2 are located on the left and right sides on XIM MATRIX. You can plug a variety of input devices into them and use these devices to game on any console XIM MATRIX supports, or PC. This includes mice, keyboards, official first-party Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers, X input and direct input compatible controllers, XIM Nexus controllers, and more. Gyro aiming is also fully supported on all compatible controllers with gyro support. Make sure to check our hardware compatibility list for latest on compatibility. USB port 3 is on the back of XIM MATRIX. It is a special port that is used for gaming console authentication for Xbox and PlayStation 4, or you can use it as an additional USB port when connected to other consoles or PC. USB port C on the back of XIM MATRIX is used to connect to your console or PC. A USB A to C cable is included for this purpose. The wired Ethernet port is used to game on a PlayStation 5. XIM MATRIX supports use of compatible controllers wirelessly too, as long as those controllers support Bluetooth. Your XIM MATRIX is frequently being updated with new features and fixes. Even a new XIM MATRIX may have firmware that is out of date. Check for firmware updates by visiting our download section. You will need access to a PC running Windows or a Mac to flash firmware. Your XIM MATRIX is upgraded over USB. Firmware updates are available through our forum. You'll see links like this for both firmware and XIM MATRIX Manager with a date code arranged by year, month, and day. Follow the instructions to download the tool for your platform. Put your XIM MATRIX into programming mode. Start with your XIM MATRIX unplugged. Next, press and hold the button on your XIM MATRIX. While continuing to hold the button, plug in your XIM MATRIX into your PC or Mac. Your XIM MATRIX will now display blue, meaning it's in firmware programming mode. Before updating your XIM MATRIX, it's recommended that you back up first. When ready, press the Update Firmware button to update your XIM MATRIX. As your XIM MATRIX is updating, it will display yellow. The flash tool will display update progress as well. Depending on the update, the progress bar may restart several times. Upon completion, your XIM MATRIX will restart and complete the flash process. Finally, it will display the normal rainbow startup sequence. Your XIM MATRIX is now updated. XIM MATRIX Manager is the app used to fully set up and configure your XIM MATRIX. It enables configuration in real time for fast and easy tuning of your settings. All configs for XIM MATRIX are managed through it. XIM MATRIX Manager is available for Android, iOS, and PC. It is downloaded from Google Play, the Apple App Store, and our site. Links to and instructions for all the versions are available from our site. On our site, you will see a link similar to this. The date of the build is listed like this with year, month, and day. Download and install XIM MATRIX Manager to your preferred platform to start using your XIM MATRIX. When you run Manager for the first time, go through the Welcome and License Agreement screens. After that, you will download latest game support. To pair your XIM Matrix to Manager for the first time, make sure it's already on and then press the pairing button when Manager asks you to. You'll see your XIM Matrix go through its pairing light sequence like this. Once paired, you won't need to do it again. Now it's time to use your XIM Matrix on your console or PC. Before connecting to your console or PC, start with your XIM Matrix off and connect your input devices. Connect a wired mouse and keyboard like this. If you are using a wireless mouse, make sure to plug its wireless adapter into port 2. To ensure optimal wireless performance of your mouse, it's recommended you use a USB extension cable to position its wireless adapter away from other wireless sources like XIM Matrix and as close as possible to your mouse. Many wireless gaming mice come with USB extensions for this purpose. When gaming with a supported wired gamepad, it can be plugged into either port 1 or port 2. To pair supported Bluetooth wireless gamepads, you will need to press and hold the XIM Matrix pairing button until it starts blinking like this. At that point, you can then pair your gamepad by activating its pairing mode. Please refer to the user guide for instructions on how to activate pairing mode for your gamepad. Different consoles and PC requires different methods for connecting your XIM Matrix. Start with your XIM Matrix off and follow the connection guide for your console or PC to ensure proper operation. After connecting, your XIM Matrix will not yet work until a config is added. For Xbox, connect your devices like this. Xbox requires the use of a genuine first-party Xbox controller plugged into port 3 for authentication. If you are using a headset, plug it into your Xbox controller for audio. You can now power on your XIM Matrix by using the included USB cable to connect from port C on your XIM Matrix to a free USB port on your Xbox. For PlayStation 5, connection is through your local network using a wired Ethernet connection via the Remote Play system. Communication to your console is direct and high rate. It is equivalent to USB speeds and latency. Everything occurs on your local network, not over the internet. Your network is only used for input. Video is displayed as normal through your connected monitor or TV. Connect your devices like this. Your XIM Matrix must plug wired into your local network. For optimal results, your PlayStation 5 must also be connected wired to your local network, which is also best for multiplayer gaming in general. If you want to use a headset, plug it into a DualSense controller and plug that into port 3 of your XIM Matrix. Otherwise, you aren't required to have a DualSense controller plugged in, and you can use this port for any other input device. You can now power on your XIM Matrix by using the included USB cable to connect from port C on your XIM Matrix to a free USB port on your PlayStation 5. If you aren't using a headset, you can plug your XIM Matrix into any other USB power source. For PC, connect your devices like this. It isn't required to plug anything into port 3 on your XIM Matrix, and you can use it for any supported input device that you want. You can now power on your XIM Matrix by using the included USB cable to connect from port C on your XIM Matrix to a free USB port on your PC. For PlayStation 4, connect your devices like this. PlayStation 4 requires the use of a genuine first-party DualShock 4 controller plugged into port 3 for authentication. If you are using a headset, plug it into your DualShock 4 for audio. A DualShock 4 Gen 2 is required to use a headset. This version of a DualShock 4 has the light bar at the top of the touchpad. A DualShock 4 Gen 2 also requires your PlayStation 4 be configured to communicate with it over USB. Navigate to Settings, Devices, Controllers, Communication Method, and select Use USB Cable. You can now power on your XIM Matrix by using the included USB cable to connect from port C on your XIM Matrix to a free USB port on your PlayStation 4. To use your XIM Matrix, you must add a config. A config is not only used for aim settings and button bindings, but also how your XIM Matrix presents itself to your console or PC. That means your XIM Matrix can, for example, output as an Xbox controller in one config, a PlayStation 5 controller in another, a mouse and keyboard in yet another, and so on. Before continuing with how configs are added for a specific console or PC, it's important to be able to interpret the connection light sequence on your XIM matrix. Whenever the output mode of your XIM matrix changes, it will start trying to connect to your console or PC. It will double blink white like this. When the connection is established, it will blink green like this 4 times. At that point, your XIM matrix is ready. When creating a new config, you'll be asked what type of input devices you'll be using, and then a set of starter bindings for your choice will be added automatically. You can choose mouse and keyboard. Mouse and gamepad is a unique input combination that XIM Matrix offers that allows the gamer to use true analog player movement combined with mouse aim. Use gamepad if you are gaming with a controller. This supports gyro aiming as well if you are using one of the supported gyro gamepads. Finally, use Smart Action only if you are gaming with a controller and aren't playing first-person shooters, like fighting or racing games. All console configs you add will require specific in-game settings be applied, such as maximum aim sensitivity. When you add a config, you'll be reminded with a notice like this. The XIM Matrix aim translation system may require additional settings, so make sure to look to see if there are any extra requirements for your game you are playing and apply them. This is how you add a config for Xbox. Select controller Xbox as the output. After your config is added, your XIM matrix will connect. This is how you add a config for PlayStation 5. Start logged into your account. Make sure you don't have a pin set. Select controller PS5 as the output. Edit your config. Select the connection method and then register your account. Navigate to System, Remote Play. Enable it and then select Link Device. Enter the key. It will then connect after a few seconds. You won't have to perform this registration step for future configs unless you want to register another account. This is how you add a config for PC. You have a few choices for output mode, and it depends on what method you'd like your game to use for aim. Select Controller PC if you'd like your game to see your XIM matrix as an X input controller. Select Mouse and Keyboard if you'd like your game to see your XIM matrix as a native mouse and keyboard. Select Mouse, Keyboard, and Controller. Your XIM matrix will present as all three. Controller will be used for aim in your game. This output mode also lets you pass through your connected mouse and keyboard for PC desktop navigation. Please see our user guide for more information on Navigate mode. After your config is added, your XIM matrix will connect. This is how you add a config for PlayStation 4. Select Controller PS4 as the output. After your config is added, your XIM matrix will connect. Now that your XIM matrix is connected to your console or PC, it's time to configure your aim. If you're using a mouse, the first thing you need to do is specify its DPI here. XIM matrix works in universal world units, so this information is required for your aim to work correctly. Also notice the aiming sources here. You can have multiple sources contributing to your aim: mouse, thumbstick, and gyro. They all seamlessly combine together. The set of available aiming sources depends on the input devices you are using. We have a mouse and gyro capable gamepad connected, so we are going to enable all of them for this example. For mouse, sensitivity is expressed in centimeters per full 360-degree turn, also called CM 360. This means lower values, not higher, produce faster results. There are several smoothing presets and custom options to help steady your aim. If you are gaming with a gyro gamepad, this is where you specify the sensitivity. Higher values are faster. Motion can be enabled using different methods. When gaming with motion for the first time, it's recommended to ease into it slowly by relying more on thumbstick aim and increasing motion sensitivity over time. For thumbstick aiming, specify the X and Y sensitivity. You can also choose a custom aiming curve as well, like this. Also custom dead zone and stick offset to correct stick drift. Aim is split between hip and, if your game supports it, aim down sight. Set your aim down sight sensitivity here, or you can choose to just use all the same settings as your hip settings. If you are gaming on PC or a console game that supports native mouse input, and you've configured your XIM matrix to output as a mouse and keyboard, there is one extra step you need to perform. For native mouse games, you must calibrate your reticle velocity. Manager will let you know. Unlike for console games, XIM matrix has no in-game settings requirements. So you'll need to let your XIM matrix know how the aim mechanics of your game works. This is a quick process that only needs to be repeated if you change the aim settings of your game. Concerning in-game settings, before calibrating, It's recommended you lower your mouse in-game sensitivity so that it doesn't produce a jittery or skipping reticle at low speeds. If you are unsure what to do, leave it at default. To calibrate, start a private match, locate a landmark in the map, like an edge of a wall, and press calibrate and move your mouse, or thumbstick, until the reticle completes a full turn. Repeat the process for aim down sight mode if your game has that mode. After calibration, you are ready to go. Bindings are used to map your input devices to the output mode devices you chose for your config. These initial default bindings were set up for you based on your input and output choices when you first created your config. Bindings highlight when they are running. Notice the bindings for analog inputs, such as aim and sticks, are always running. Digital bindings only run when the input is active. To change a binding, just select it and change the output. To change the input of a binding, just select the input. Your XIM matrix also provides automatic bindings for convenience. These bindings automatically map input and outputs of the same device type. For example, since we have a gamepad controller plugged in and we are also outputting as a controller, all the gamepad buttons, sticks, and triggers will map directly as an output. No additional bindings are required. Use the plus to add a binding. This is all you'll need to get started gaming with your XIM matrix. XIM matrix has many more powerful features such as its macro system called Smart Actions. To learn more about this and everything else your XIM matrix can do, please refer to our user guide. We also encourage you to visit our community forum if you need additional assistance. We are here to help.